All right, boys and girls, welcome to Chapter 5. This is going to be about how to use bar models for addition and subtraction. Bar models, it's kind of that lead up to algebra later on down the road. And helping kids in middle school work on their algebra, this is so helpful. So let's do this. All right. A biking team raises $4,250 for charity. A running team raises $825 more than the biking team. How much money does the running team raise? Well, we know exactly how much the biking team, because it says right there, so we know how much the biking team raises, and we know that the running team has what the biking team made plus another $825. So if you have both parts, that will get the whole. The whole is how much does the running team raise, okay? So we look at that. We take our 4,250, we add 825, we get 5,075. So that's how much the running team raises. Now the next part of the question is how much money do both teams raise in all? Again, we already know how much the biking team raises, 4,250. Now we figured out how much the running team raised, 5,075. If we add those two together, we come up with 9,325. So that's page number 1. We're already done. Can you imagine that? All right, here we go. Solve, use the bar model to help you. So the nice part about this is it's kind of already done for us, right? So let's check this out here. The third graders collect 487 cans of food for a food drive. The second graders collect 175 fewer cans than the third graders. How many cans do the second graders collect? All right, well, we know how many the third graders collect because it tells us. The third graders collect 487. So this is for the third graders, and they collect 487. Now, it says the second graders collect fewer cans than the third grade. So they have a bar that's shorter than the third grade because it's less than what the others collected. So what do we know? We know how many fewer they collect, which is 175, but we don't know how many the second graders collect yet. Okay? So we have a part over here, we're missing a part, and there's the whole. So 487 minus 175 equals what we have left. And that is, let's see, 7 minus 5 is 2. 8 minus 7 is 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. So the second graders collect 312 cans. Okay? All right. How many cans do both grades collect in all? Well, we know third graders collect 487. And it's asking us, do they both collect in all? That means we're going to add these two together. And we know now that the second graders collect 312. So how many do they collect in all? Let's add those together. So 7 and 2 is 9. 8 and 1 is 9. And 4 and 3 is 7. So both grades collect 799 cans in all. Very good. All right, on to the next page. Like one problem a page. This is awesome, right? A bookstore has 4,320 books and magazines. It has 2,169 books. The rest are magazines. So how many magazines does the bookstore have? So again, we got to really understand what we know. So here's books, here's magazines, okay? Together, meaning in all, total, books and magazines, there are 4,320. And it says books and magazines. Now, how many books are there? Okay, it has 2,169 books. And we know that that goes here because this is books on the top and it says that this is the number of books. This was total books and magazines. This is magazines, okay? So if we're looking at our part whole triangle, we kind of got to go this way now. This is the top, or the whole. This is a part, and this is a part. So we have to take 4,320, and we're going to take away 2,169. And the reason we have to take away that number, right, is because if it's that total and they have that many books, that means the rest are magazines. So let's go ahead and set that up. 4,320, 2,169, subtract. More on the floor, borrow from next door. 10 minus 9 is 1. More on the floor, borrow from next door. 11 minus 6 is 5. 2 minus 1 is 1. 4 minus 2 is 2. So this tells us how many magazines there are. 2,151. So the bookstore has 2,151 magazines. All right, second part. There are 1,493 fashion magazines. The rest are sports magazines. So how many sports magazines does the bookstore have? Well, again, we know how many total it has, right? We figured that out. It has a total, or the top, right? The whole is 2,151 magazines. Now, we know how many fashion magazines because it tells us 1,493. What it doesn't tell us, what our question is, how many sports magazines does it have? So we have a part, we're missing a part, but we have the whole. So we're going to take the whole, or the total magazines, and we're going to take away our fashion magazines. When we take away our fashion magazines, that's going to give us the leftover, which is everything that is left is the sports magazines. So 2,151 minus 1,493. 1 minus 3 can't do it. Borrow from next door. 11 minus 3 is 8. Again, 4 minus 9 can't do it. We have to borrow. 14 minus 9 is 5. 0 minus 4 can't do it. 10 minus 4 is 6. So the bookstore has 658 sports magazines. Nice work. This is nice, like basically one problem, maybe a problem and a half a page, right? Okay. Ray's rope is 1,452 centimeters long. Hannah's rope is 379 centimeters longer than Ray's rope. How long is Hannah's rope? All right, so we know how long Ray's rope is. Okay. Ray's rope is, 1,452. And we do not know, 379 is not how long Hannah's rope is. That's how much longer than Ray's rope it is. So, we have both parts, right? We have the length of Ray's. We have how much longer Hannah's is. We need to combine them, part, whole. Again, it's almost like we flipped it upside down, our triangle, right? So now we're going to take the 452 centimeters of Ray's rope. We're going to combine it with how much longer Hannah's rope is, 379, and that will give us the length of Hannah's rope. So we have 1,452 and 379. 2 plus 9. 7 plus 5 plus 1. 1 plus 4 plus 3. 1 plus nothing. So Hannah's rope is 1,831 centimeters long. So if you really wanted to double check just to kind of make sure it at least makes sense, is if we know Ray's rope is 1,500, and we know that's about 400 more, it should be around the 800, 900, or 1,800, 1,900 range. And it is. This number is larger than Ray's, which it should be. All right, Ray uses 645 centimeters of his rope. How long is his remaining rope? Okay, so again, we can look back up here. We know how long his rope is to start with. It's 1,452 centimeters. Okay, now we know that he's going to use part of it. He's going to use 645 centimeters of it. So we have part, but we don't know the other part. The other part is how much he has left over. So we have a part and the whole, so we're going to have to subtract this. 1,452 minus 645. I gotta borrow. 12 minus 5 is 7. Number's the same, 0 is the game. Borrow again. All right, so we have 1,452 minus 645 equals 807. So Ray's remaining rope is 807 centimeters long. All right, boys and girls, great job with these. I know there's only like 1 or 2 problems, a problem and a half, like a page, but they take a little time. Really try to understand what you know, what the problem tells us, and what we need to figure out, what we need to know, okay? All right, see you tomorrow for part 2.